life was turned upside down from this, 100%.
It's not the end for Mr. Gallagher and Mr. Anzalone, and I don't mean to throw gas on the fire, but the United States Attorney for the Western District is investigating this case, and they will proceed.
After days of deliberations, 2 former correction officers exonerated of murder charges. A 3rd officer found guilty in the death of inmate Robert Brooks. The jury announcing this mixed verdict around 10:15 this morning. David Kingsley found guilty of murder and manslaughter. Matthew Gallagher and Nicholas Kiefer acquitted on all charges, which includes murder, manslaughter, and gang assault. We have team coverage for you this afternoon from the Oneida County Courthouse. News Channel 9's Kendra Brodus will join us in just a moment. But first, we begin with Andrew Donovan, who's been covering this trial gavel to gavel.
Rachel, going into the trial, 8 officers had already admitted some form of guilt in the beating of inmate Robert Brooks. So these 3 officers on trial being convicted of murder, all 3, wouldn't have been a surprise. But the jury saw something different in at least 2 of the officers' cases. Nicholas Kiefer and Matthew Gallagher. Not enough evidence to convict them in the jury's eyes. And for the first time, we're hearing from any of these officers who've been accused. Nicholas Kiefer, once he was exonerated, was willing to speak with us right outside the courtroom. Mr. Kiefer, any comment? How are you feeling?
I'm very appreciative of how the jury was and how they actually took their time to do their job and everything like that. I do want to show my remorse for the family. What happened to them was not something that a family should go through. I just am very appreciative of what the jury did and how they were able to deliberate and find me not guilty.
You've had your family here all along. What's that support been like?
That's the most amazing support. Just because they're in the courtroom doesn't mean they're not supporting me. I've got hundreds of people supporting me, and I am so appreciative of them, and I had to keep my faith this whole time.
So Matthew Gallagher is a man of integrity. He should never have been put through this ordeal. He told me he would never accept a plea bargain from the beginning. This is pushed him to the brink of bankruptcy. Docs owes him an apology for putting him in this situation, for failing to train, supervise, and provide leadership in that organization. He wouldn't be here without that.
How's he doing with this verdict?
Heading straight home to his family. That's all he cares about.
How has he gotten through this? It's been a tough time, I imagine.
He sucked it up. That's what he did. And he said, I'm going to go through it. In my heart, I know he didn't do anything wrong, and I'll accept whatever verdict comes from the jury.
And it's a tale of 2 verdicts, because for the excitement and the relief for the 2 defendants who were acquitted, there was one defendant who was found guilty, David Kingsley. News Channel 9's Kendra Brodus is with me at the Oneida County Courthouse. She's covering that side of the trial. Kendra.
Andrew, Kingsley's conviction now makes 9 of 12 former Marcy correction officers who are guilty, with a 10th still possible. Immediately after the verdict was read, Kingsley was rearrested, taken into custody in handcuffs in front of the courtroom. I asked Kingsley's lawyer, public defender Luke Nabush, if he had any comment. He declined. He declined a 2nd time outside the courthouse. All throughout the trial, the defense lawyers were pointing fingers at other correction officers who already pled guilty as the real culprits. Now, David Kingsley has been found guilty among them.
We went into this case with the idea immediately that 4 people had to be held accountable for Robert's death. All 4 of them will now be serving lengthy prison sentences. That's Mr. Farina, Mr. Kingsley, Mr. Anzalone, and Mr. Walrath. When we looked at the tape for the first time, those were the individuals. We offered the 2 gentlemen that were acquitted lesser charges. They felt that they were not going to plead.
16th. Live in Utica. David Kingsley's sentencing will happen later this year on December 16th. Live in Utica, Kendra Brodus, News Channel 9.